Hey everyone, Elise Steiger here. And thought I'd let you know that I do have a background in yoga, group fitness, and personal training. And that's why I wanted to share some of these tips and tricks with you to make your workouts a little more fun and hopefully a little more efficient. Now, some of you may not have a lot of fitness equipment at home or are traveling, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite things that can remedy that is this kind of wide elastic fitness band. Today I'm going to use a light weight on that. They do come in different versions, so it has more or less resistance. So this is kind of the less resistant one. So let's get started. The first thing that I like to do and use this for is a little activation through the legs. So if you're doing any kind of leg workout, this is a great place to start. So placing this just above my ankles, I'm going to shift my weight over to one side and I'll lift this other leg up and just step out. We're just going to move from one end to the other. If you have a mat, you can just walk from one side to the other. Now, when I'm showing you some of these exercises today, note that this isn't a full workout. I'm just showing you little pieces of this things that you can do. So you can definitely add more reps if you want to, but believe me, in this little few minutes that we're going to have together, you'll probably feel this already. So walking side to side is the first one. Another one, you can have a chair for a little bit of balance if you are worried about your balance. Otherwise, you can just do this on your own. I'm going to have a little stagger stance. So that means I'm just stepping one foot back a little bit, hinging at the hips a little bit, and then just pressing back. Press it back. Now, you can step back and step forward as well. But if you can have that balance, you're going to work that standing leg a little bit more. I better switch sides, right? So go ahead and step it back. At a little angle here, kind of at a little diagonal away from my body. All right, now if you want a little more advanced warm up or a little bit more work to work those glutes, we're going to do a fire hydrant. So that is just lifting up the leg to the side. So you can use a chair if you want to for balance or just on your own. So bending the knee, we just bring that leg straight out. Yeah. It's a little abductor motion. That means pulling the leg away from the body. And you will feel this both in the standing leg, kind of in the quads and the glutes, but also in the outer glutes in that working leg. So other side, same thing. And just doing a few reps to show you, but I'm feeling this already. Excellent. All right. So this is not just a lower body workout piece of equipment. We can do this for our upper body too. A lot of times when we use weights, we can't get a pulling action because we're just moving the weights in space. But in here, with a fitness band, we can actually work that pulling action. So what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this right over, just place this between the thumb and the index finger, keeping the arm nice and close to the body. Shoulder blade I don't want up. I'm going to pack it down into my back along my ribs, and I just pull back. Don't forget to breathe, right? All right, got to switch sides, right? Now, if you had a doorway or something sturdy that you could pull against, that's great. But a lot of times we don't, so this works just as well. Keeping that elbow in. Don't forget to breathe, right? All right, next one is kind of an underhand row, and you'll also get the pulling motion with this. So placing this around one foot or the other, doesn't matter. We're going to take that band and I'm going to place it so it's going to be underhand grip, like I'm going to curl it up, right? However, I'm going to take this and pretend like I'm pulling it apart. I'm already working my shoulders a little bit by doing this little action here. Keeping those elbows in, shoulder blades down. I'll turn to this side so you can see that. We just pull up. You can also do this seated. And when I go down to seated, I'll show you that row as well. Excellent. Finally, working the shoulders a little bit. We'll place that band right around our forearms. We'll give a little bit of resistance by pressing that band away. Yeah, feeling this already. And we just get a little lift and lower. And you will notice this right away. Even you, if you've done a lot of shoulder work, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how hard this would be. So I'm only gonna do a few here. Oh, all right, finally, we're coming down to the floor. I'll show you that the row that I mentioned before, I thought I'd show you. You can do it with 1 foot or 2 into that band. Same thing, we're gonna pull it apart a little bit. Back is nice and flat, and you can roll that right into your body. Now, if you have a band that is too stretchy and you need a little more resistance, spread those feet apart, and you'll feel it a little bit more, right? Excellent. Okay, we're going on to bridges, more glute work, but just in a little different way. Because maybe not everybody's comfortable with standing up and finding their balance. So again, the band around just above the knees. Whew. All right, and so we can do our regular bridges. If you've done bridges before, pressing through the heels, and you can lift up the hips, up and down. And you can play with this, also lifting the heels off, engaging that lower belly, like we talked about if you ever watched the crunch video. So you can do regular bridges. However, we want a little action in the legs as well. So again, working with that abductor muscle, so we're pressing out, we can go ahead and add that to the bridges. Now, if you want to work a little bit into the hip flexors, you can also bring a knee up. You can knee up, maybe do a little hip dip, knee up, or maybe you're just going to stay up here and work through those legs. Of course, if you want a little more advanced method with those bridges, you can just keep one leg up. And I'm finally going to show you yet an even more advanced method with those bridges by using a chair, getting up a little bit of elevation. So this is the advanced bridge here. So we have our heels up on a chair. Same thing, same as the other bridges, but we're just elevated a little bit. So we can come down, lift, pressing out a little bit for getting those abductors. And guess what? You can still march. And this is pretty difficult. Really feeling this in the back of the leg. Yeah. Beautiful. Whew. So there you have it. If you don't have a band, I'm telling you, you should get one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care.